Let us discuss whether cancer is genetic or not. So the research scientists have found that those people who have cancerous genes, which means hereditary, somebody's parents had it and they also get it. Okay. So to that extent it is genetic, but that's half truth. Scientists have also found that cancerous genes are in almost everybody, but the proportion is so very less that it will not be detected. Only when cancer cells go beyond certain threshold that doctor will say the cancer is detected. Now, this is how the detection happens. When number of cancer cells compared to the good cells go beyond certain threshold limit, then only it is considered as a cancer, not otherwise. Few cells may be there in everybody. So this is the part of genetic science, which is very well known to the scientist. The latest science is epigenetic science, which says that the environmental factors really influence a lot in triggering the cancer cell. Say, for example, father had cancer and son, there are two sons, one is smoker, another is not. Now, smoking is the epigenetic factor. The one who is smoking is more likely to trigger the cancer and likely to get the cancer detected. The other one who is living very good life, not smoking, not drinking, and taking care of his mental patterns, emotional patterns, that person will not get the cancer because he is not triggering the cancer with epigenetic factors. All right. So epigenetic plays a very big role in triggering the cancerous cells which are there. This is also known to the scientists. This is written in the scientific books. Now I will tell you something which is our scriptural knowledge, which is not in the medical science. Let me tell you my own research for last so many years on this subject. I know there are not hundreds and thousands, there are lakhs and lakhs, millions of people in India, in villages and all, they smoke bidi, they smoke cigarette. Okay, and I have seen a 90-year-old man, one of my father's uncle. He used to drink, he used to smoke, and no cancer right up to the 90 years. Millions of people who are smoking, no cancer. Okay, by the way, I know there are quite a few cases in Tao Circle. I know who developed the oral cancer, mouth cancer. They have never touched tobacco, no bidi, no cigarette, no sukha, no gutka. Now, this is probably what doctor says that there is a very small percentage of people who get it without any environmental factors, which means epigenetic factors. There, medical science stops. We say our science starts from there. We say this is purely because of your karma, past life karma.
Guruji's internet connection seems to have gone. So he was talking about genetic and epigenetic factors. So what he was telling was there are epigenetic factors, which means the environment in which you are, whether that environment also affects it. In that environment, even our thoughts are also part of the environment. How are we surrounding ourselves with? The company which we select, What company is there? Are we enjoying with the nature? What state of mind are we harboring all the time? All these things also make a lot of difference, and that is in our hands. We can always choose these things. So this environment can stop the growth, cancerous growth. Even though they are triggered, the growth can be stopped. If it is karmic, how is it? Today he played a pipe of Saturn. Saturn vibrations help to contract the unnatural growth which happens in the cancer. So by giving such environment where the sound vibrations will surround you, and it will provide an environment where the further growth can be restricted, all these factors can be there. And in karmic healing, the best thing is when we start reflecting on our patterns. Those patterns are triggering. If we have the habit of getting angry at the trigger given by the people, every time if the trigger is coming, we tend to get angry. This definitely can be changed with awareness, and that is where sound healing helps. We become aware of the patterns, and these patterns, if they get restricted, that awareness starts wiping off the roots which are coming from the genetics. That awareness will go on erasing those roots, and the cancer will go off. All these are the factors which influence the healing. So, the more we become aware of this, the more we start working onto this, the disease no more makes us diseased. What is the meaning of disease? We were at ease and suddenly something happened which made us uncomfortable, and that discomfort created dis-ease. So it's simply a dis-ease. If we can come back to the state of ease. हिंदी में और संस्कृत में बहुत सुंदर शब्द है स्वस्थ. स्व में स्थित हो जाना. If something is disturbing us, we tend to move away from our own nature, and we tend to blame the surrounding, we tend to blame the situation around. If that is happening, in that case, what happens is we are triggering, we are giving fertilizer, water to the root of that tree which is growing. On the contrary, when we come back to the state of ease and we say, let me know what is the lesson in this. If it has come, if this dis-ease has come, it is telling me there is a way where you can go back to the state of ease. Let me find out that, get rooted into that state of ease. And if I get rooted into that state of ease, slowly, slowly, the outside factors, in the influence of the outside factors goes on reducing. Fantastic insights are given in all our scriptures, along with sound healing. When we start understanding, learning something which we always get into, if new learning is happening, we come into the fresh flow. So, if that fresh flow is coming, in that case, that freshness will be helping to go us ahead in the flow of healing energy. I think Guruji has joined, so let us invite Guruji for the further proceedings.
What we are discussing is about the genetic factor. Cancer is genetic? Yes, it is genetic. How does it get triggered? It gets triggered with epigenetic factor. For example, smoker or a tobacco consumer will trigger the cancer, while the other brother will not get affected. So definitely the epigenetic factors are important. There's no doubt about that. So what is triggering? Okay, but I'm talking about those 10, 15%, 20% people where they are not smoking, no tobacco, nothing, and still oral cancer. You can't believe, but you see, that's a fact. So we consider, that's where our science comes into picture. We consider it as a past life karma, and it is predictable through Akashic records reading, There are quite a few things which really help us to understand this phenomena. Something that you were supposed to suffer or enjoy. Either way, it is true as a part of law of karma, which you could not complete in your previous lifetime and the death occurred. So those pending karmas sometimes come into this lifetime. So whenever the right time is there, those things will be coming into prarabdha and you enjoy or suffer those karmas. This is what we discussed in detail in last satsang on Thursday. That is yesterday. Yesterday's satsang recordings are available. Those who are interested in understanding, the full session was on this. You can see the Thursday satsang video for yourself. Right now, let us understand what do the scriptures talk about cancer. Okay, this is a piece of information. Some of you may be searching for this. If you see the book by Swami Shivananda, Dr. Shivananda, he says that anybody who destroys the spiritual literature, burns the spiritual books library, uh, attacks the gurukuls where those are the distribution centers of the spirituality, those people, because of their bad karma, they get cancer. Okay, cancer is the fruit of those karmas. This is what is written in the Karma and Disease book by Swami Shivananda, the founder of Divine Life Society. In other scriptures, it is written that people who give poison to others, people who give poison to others, which is a very bad karma, if that person dies, then as a result of that karma beach, cancer is detected in this lifetime. And if that person died, this person will also die because of chemo. You see, somebody gave poison to other, that is the karma. How does it reflect? You spend money to inject the chemo, which is a poison chemical, into your body. And let me tell you, no genetic, no epigenetic. We have the cases where there is no family history about cancer. Okay, absolutely no epigenetic factors, absolutely living very good life, very happy, healthy life, no bad habits, still detected with cancer. So there's no logical reason for that, scientific reason for that. This is typically the past birth karma. All right. So there's another thing. See, there are people who are very high PVF people. Like if you see from the history, Lord Krishna was a very, very high PVF person. Gautam Buddha was a very high PVF person. Krishnamurti was a very high PVF person whom I met. My master Sri Dada Gavan was a very high PVF person. What the Shastras said, all the enlightened masters are vibrating above 700. So somebody may be vibrating at 1000, another 1200, another 1400, another 1600, 2000, anything. Okay, higher up they vibrate, more the miracles they create. So Krishna may be vibrating at very high. Jesus may be vibrating very high because they created lots of healing miracles. Okay. We don't consider Jesus as a Vishnu ka avatar, but you see Rama, Krishna, those who are Krishna ka avatar, Vishnu avatar, okay, they also created a lot of healing miracles. So that is about the history and the past. Now, as a cancer patient, okay, how do we heal ourselves? This is the most important part of today's discussion. Shastras say quite a few things. Okay. One thing that we do in Kriya Yoga is karma kshalan techniques, karma delete exercises. So, from the book Karma and Disease, or from insights, or from intuition, or from Akashic record reading, or Nadi reading, or astrology, there are many different ways to understand past life karmas. The first thing is the diagnosis, which means which past life karma is affecting you. Second thing is the remedy. How to do karma kshalan of that particular karma, if that can be done, The third stage is miraculous remission of cancer. Now this sequence, diagnosis, karmakshalan, and miraculous remission of cancer is a very, very interesting subject for all of us. You see, people are spending billions of dollars on cancer research. Many pharma companies consider as a very big market because people are spending billions of dollars on cancer injections, drugs, chemos, all that. But at the same time, there are genuine scientists who are not interested in market. They are seriously interested in finding the solution for the cancer. Nostradamus, 400 years back, more than 400 years back, he said that in 21st century, humanity will find the solution for cancer and it will be through the pure sounds. That's why I'm so very much focused on the sound. The Nostradamus has predicted more than 400 years back that the solution to the cancer will come from the sound. So now, four things we are going to discuss next time. Diagnosis of which karma is producing the cancer. Second thing, karmakshalan process to delete the karma. Third thing, miraculous remission of cancer with the sound frequencies, specialty sound frequencies, because that's what can create the miracle. Okay. But what is the missing link is how do we delete the karma? That's not a very easy thing. But that's where we did a lot of research on Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga offers lots of kriyas for karmakshala. There are special chapters. For past almost 25 years, we had been conducting karmakshalan kriyas. Different sea water kriyas or underwater in the bathtub we can do individually, or in a swimming pool we conduct the groups. We can sit by the fire, do the havan and do certain kriyas. So there are many ways to do karmakshalan kriya. So if the diagnosis is done properly, we focus on the karmakshalan kriyas and specific sound frequencies, then miraculous remission of cancer is possible. All right. So with this thought, we will end today's sessions.